Hi, it's female, and welcome to my channel. So, I've made this video again uh, because yesterday I was still angry. That was Friday. I think I made the video on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not really sure. But I decided not to post it after I had calmed down. But I needed a few days to calm down because I was just so angry about what's going on in this United States, in our government. Um, and the reason why I was angry, and I'm still angry, but I'm not as pissed off as I was, because when I made the video, I was so mad. I was ready to fight somebody. Okay. Um, so I didn't post it because it was too over the top. It was too much. Um, and it probably wouldn't, YouTube probably wouldn't have let me air it anyway. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not going to post it. But I will say that I'm still angry, but I'm more so like, I'm still in disbelief that something that our ancestors and our family members marched and died for is being taken away, and that's our civil rights. Uh, the orange thing is trying to. He put out an executive order which would uh, eliminate the Civil Rights Act of 1965. Basically, that's what it would do. And I'm really angry about that. I feel like our our people died, our people marched, our people protested, got their heads bashed in, went to jail. They did all those things in vain, because here come generations later, here comes this bigot, this racist, and just wipes it like it never existed, like we never fought for it, you know? And we still have this racist white supremacist mentality that we are less than and we deserve nothing but what they decide to give us. No, that's not right. That's not right. And people that think that's right, I would say that there's something wrong with you. Okay. And I was also angry because, you know, I'm not one of those people that will, spit on you when you down and out. That's not in my nature. That's not who I am. So I get the whole concept of the fuck around and find out. I get that, you know, but let's just face it. These people were lied to who voted for him. They were lied to, you know, and then they let fear, and they also let racism, because everybody hates black people for some reason. Why? I don't know. We cool people, but everybody seems to hate us. And uh like they carry that hatred in the back of their mind somewhere. They don't dare let it out. But Trump gives them the kahunas, to let it all out, so they're saying the quiet part out loud, um and so they voted for him because of that, you know. And what's really getting me angry is people saying to the Democrats, well, where do you think you went wrong? What did you do wrong? Um, and Joe Biden stayed in too long. He may have stayed in too long. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I would say that he is slow with his decision making. I would say that because he did the same thing in 2020. You know, 2019 or whenever it was when he finally decided that he was going to run for president. Um, But I would say that, stop saying what did the Democrats did wrong. You should say what did the media do wrong, okay? Because they normalized that orange man. They normalized him and made it okay, okay? They seen him saying and doing things that were wrong. They never fact checked him, okay? They never called him on his bull crap, okay? They never aired like the bad things of the uh his rallies, okay? What he was really saying at his rallies, they never focused on that. Instead, they took the coward's way out, if you ask me, because they never confronted him head on. Okay, that's why I like Midas Touch and Roman Martin, because they confronted head on and they say what needs to be said. Okay, and I have been saying the same thing that they have been saying since 2016. I was saying that they want to take us back in time. They want to take us back to slavery. I've been saying that. If you are friends with me on Facebook, you know that's what I've been saying, you know. And so I just want to get it clear that the Democrats didn't do anything wrong. Okay? We did everything right. uh, Kamala mapped out every single thing that she was going to do. She told you flat out what she was going to do, how she was going to make things better. Okay? And they keep talking about, well, the Democrats, they only were talking about how bad Trump was. They never was talking about the economy. They did talk about the economy. Okay? But they talked about how bad he was, and they talked about how things were going to get rough if he gets in office. They told everyone that he was a danger, and he is. Okay? He is a danger. He let those 1,500 uh, January 6th terrorists out. He let them out. He gave them a pardon. And it was only one courageous woman who did not accept it. She said, I will not accept it because I was wrong. She admitted that she was wrong because that's what you do as a human being. When you are wrong, you say that you are wrong. You own it and you try to do better the next time. Okay? You don't just continue to do wrong in your life. And because if you do, there are consequences for that. And the consequences for them going into marching and terrorizing and beating up cops and breaking things in the Capitol, that was wrong. And the consequence was you go to prison. You know, you go to prison where criminals go. A lot of those people, this wasn't their first offense. They had been in prison before or jail before. This wasn't their second go round. I mean, their first go round, you know? So, I don't understand this whole want to blame the Democrats and want to get in Democrats' face with a microphone to say, "Well, what do you think went wrong? Why, what do you think? Why didn't she get elected?" She did not get elected because of racism. Bottom line, that didn't have nothing to do with egg prices. That didn't have nothing to do with the price of groceries, period. That had nothing to do with nothing but pure racism. That is it. Okay? That is it. But people don't want to come straight out and say, I didn't vote for her because she's a black woman. Only the racist will say that out loud. The racist who's racist and he doesn't give a damn. Only they will say it out loud. But the ones that's like undercover with it, you know, they won't say it. They keep that part of themselves hidden. But that's why she was not elected, because she was a black woman, plain and simple. And a lot of white women didn't vote for her because of the simple fact that they felt like you're not gonna hold this office before a white woman does. And that's just the reality of it. And if you don't believe that, then I don't know what to tell you. But I know for a fact that's probably what it was, you know, for a lot of them, you know. But um, for those that did vote for him, thinking that he's going to do something about the economy, why would you think that? Why would you keep saying that he's a businessman? He's not a businessman. He's a con artist. Okay? He's a con artist who constantly, him and his family, grift off people. They ran a fraudulent uh, charity. Okay? They scam people, trying to give to charity. They scam people out of their money. Okay? They ran a fraudulent university, scam people out of tuition money for that. Okay? They did so many things wrong in New York that his family can no longer do business in New York. So, you know how corrupt you've got to be for a whole state to say that you can no longer run a business here? You've got to be pretty corrupt, okay? And it has nothing to do with, oh, people just hating on him. No, him and his family are corrupt, period. Period. And they don't know what it is to have empathy for anyone else. And then you have people that are trying to explain away when that Elon Musk or whatever the fuck his name is, trying to explain away him doing that Nazi sign, that Nazi salute. Because clearly, when I seen it, I was like, no, that's what that was about. And then he put on it. You know, he's a South African apartheid loving racist. That's what he is. There are no ifs and buts about it. Trump is a racist. Okay? Anybody who supports him, they are racist. because how else would you view it? Okay? He never denounced the KKK endorsing him. He never denounced, he never just came out and said, well, I don't agree. He could have just simply said, I don't agree with uh, their beliefs, you know. I don't stand in solidarity with them. He could have said something like that, but he never did. He never did. He never said anything denouncing the Proud Boys. He never did. But he fooled all of you people into believing his bullshit. Like he he the union for the firemen's and stuff like that. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, they endorsed him. Uh, the police union, they endorsed him, and he turned around and shit on all y'all. He had them take out the budget. The Republicans did this, took out of the budget the funding for the firefighters that were that still needed care after running into the Twin Towers. He yanked the funding from them. Who does that? Him and the Republicans. Who doesn't want to research uh, child cancer? What? You don't want to do the research for child cancer? You don't give a damn about kids that have cancer? That's crazy. That is crazy. And when they was in that church service and that bishop told him to have some generosity, some empathy for immigrants and for, you know, trans people, him and his family, they were shocked. They were shocked. Why were they shocked? Because all people do is bow down to them and kiss their ass. Why? They are people just like everybody else. You know, they are not special. The whole family are nothing but criminals, criminals, con artists. That's what they are. And so, just executive order after executive order, nothing that is uplifting, nothing that is going to help America. Only everything is to tear away, tear down. Why? Why? And, you know, they want to say again why uh, Kamala Harris didn't win. It was simple. It's simple to me. It was simple to 92% of us and 80% of men that she didn't win because they didn't want a black person in office again, let alone a black woman. So why are you trying to put the blame on Democrats? And why aren't you putting the blame where the blame goes? And that is on the people of the United States who voted for him. The people that of the United States that stayed home. The people of the United States who voted for Jill Stein, whoever the hell that is. That's where the blame goes. Because had them people showed up and voted, had they not have voted for Jill Stein, never ever would he be in office. If those people that stayed home, if they had got off their ass and voted. Because for so many years, people have been running their mouths talking about why vote. Your vote don't count. Your vote don't mean nothing. If our vote never counted and meant anything, they would not been trying to stop black people from voting for generations. But now you are seeing just how much your vote does, your lack of voting does hurt with these executive orders this fool is putting out. So yeah, I had to regroup and rethink what I was gonna say. I'm still, you know, I should have wrote something down, but I didn't. Um, but I'm not as angry as I was a few days ago, and I will never put that video out. Um, but I'm just every day I wake up with dread, you know, and look at YouTube, Midas Touch, and Roman Martin, and uh, Tabitha. Uh, I don't know if her last name is on there or not. I look for them to see, what's the latest, uh, because I stopped watching the news. I stopped watching mainstream news, and I also watched Joy Reid. Um, but I stopped watching mainstream news because I just feel like they are cowards. They are cowards. They're not Fox News, okay? But they are cowards because they never spoke truth to power. You got to call people on their bullshit. When people try to gaslight you, you got to call them on it. You can't just let people get away with that shit. And I feel like that's what they did. They normalized that man so much, you know, that people didn't see the real him because they didn't show it. Very few people showed it. And then they want to say, oh, well, she didn't win because all she was doing was saying how he's a threat to democracy. He is a threat to democracy. He is. Why don't you see that? Why don't you see that he is a threat? I don't understand. And the people that he has put in charge of things should not they should not even be the the manager at Domino's Pizza. Okay? These are the it just it just baffles me, you know, and everybody's rolling back the DEI. Let me say this, and I had someone come for me in my video about the boycott of Walmart. And I was saying that DEI does not mean you're not qualified. And they said, yeah, except for Kamala Harris. Okay, let me say something about that. All DEI does is get our foot in the door. Once our foot is in the door, Okay? We have to be qualified. Nobody's going to give any person of color anything that they didn't earn. Nobody's going to do that. Okay? That's not the way the United States is set up. So, when you have a black doctor, a black dentist, a black airline pilot, okay, those people have worked twice as hard to be where they are because they had to be twice as smart to be where they are because of racism. White people are just living in this fantasy that they are superior to everyone else and they are smarter than everyone else. And, I really feel sorry for them. I really do because you have to tell lies to your people. You know, you have to tell lies to your people to look yourself in the mirror every day. And it's like people are realizing that that's bullshit. And I heard an Asian man say that if all of the minorities got together and realized who our real enemy is, that we have a common enemy, and that is the white man. If we got joined forces, that we would be unstoppable. And that is true. That is true because the white man is the only person that pits us against each other. Okay? They get the blacks and the Asians to hate each other. Okay? They get everybody to hate Mexican people. Okay? They try to get everybody to hate the gay community, the trans community. You know, it is totally ridiculous why we don't see that. Why we don't see that in order for them to get ahead, they have to make sure that they stomp everybody else to the ground. And then they use people to help them do it. And how you can't have empathy for people, I don't know. You know, I don't know how you can do that. Like, I had conflict with my neighbor down there who tried to steal my groceries that was delivered to my house. That video is you can see that that was my last video talking about that. But I don't wish no harm to them, you know. In that moment I was angry and I said, hey, if it had been me back in the day, that would be a different story. But I wish no harm to them. I don't hope that, they get taken away by ICE, you know. How can you have empathy for people who are just coming to this United States for a better life, to do better for their family, you know, to be able to have a chance to work and earn a living? And let me say this one last thing too. Um, they are going to cut benefits for people. They want to do away with Social Security, which is ridiculous because that is not a welfare program. That is something that we pay into from the day you start working. You pay into Social Security. So that is your money. You've earned that money, and everybody should be expecting that check when they get of age. you know, and the fact that they keep pushing the retirement age further and further back. Who can who can work in some of these jobs, like the job my husband has? There's no way in hell that he be able to do that job all the way until he's 67. No way. There's no way in hell. And so that is so true for a lot of jobs. Your body can only do so much physical work, back breaking work. When you get a certain age, you can't do the same things that you did when you was in your 20s and 30s and 40s. It's impossible. But they keep pushing it back, you know? Or you have people that have a job, may have two jobs, but still need food stamps, EBT, or whatever it is. And they get assistance with groceries because after they pay their bills, they have no money for food. We live in a country that people are living paycheck to paycheck. That's true of my family. That's true of a lot of families. Living paycheck to paycheck, you know? And if you don't work, you trying to scramble to figure out, okay, well, I can go without paying this. Oh, well, I'm gonna have to get an extension on this because I only got enough money to pay this, and oh, my rent or my mortgage is gonna be late, but I don't have a choice because I gotta do this or I gotta do that, you know. And the people that are running the government now, the Republican Party, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about us being able to make ends meet. They don't care. They won't even raise minimum wage. Kamala talked about, uh, and I know I said that was the last thing, but things just keep popping up in my mind. But she talked about going after companies that did price gouging. This man is not going to do that. Uh, these all these companies stepping away from DEI uh, because of him, because of racism, because they can say the quiet things out loud now, you know, because he's saying them. And she had a whole system of what she was going to do. She had a plan. He's the one who said he had visions of a plan. He had thoughts of a plan, and y'all elected him. I just say, and I will end on this last thing, is that these races are out there. They're emboldened from him, and they're emboldened from the Republican Party. I would say that prepare yourself, uh, keep your kids safe, you know, because the little MAGAs are in school as well. Teach your kids to stand up for themselves and to fight back, you know, and because it's going to be time out for, well, just tell the teacher. A lot of these teachers have the same belief as the orange thing, okay? So don't do that, you know. Tell your kids to knock fire from somebody, you know. um, because you have to stand up. You have to stand up and you have to fight back. That's just the bottom line of it. And be careful when you're out there, okay? Try not to be alone. Try not to be out at night, women alone, um, or, a couple alone, because they travel in packs and they like to catch you when you're alone because they're cowards. So be careful. Be careful. Watch your surroundings, um, and just be safe, and pray that we make it through this. And I know I keep saying lastly, but like I said, things keep popping in my mind. I will say to my black brothers and sisters, be strong. You know, we are the only race of people that have come, that have picked their self up from slavery. Okay? We come from greatness. This is what I always told my kids growing up. We come from greatness. We come from a people that have strength. We come from a people that will lift themselves up and carry on. We are able to adapt to situations and make it better for ourselves. That's who we come from. That's what we're made of. So yes, they trying to kick us now, but we have to be strong. We have to uh, stick together. You know what I mean? And we have to pray, um, because it is going to get pretty bad. It's going to get pretty bad, but we have just got to stay focused and on fighting, because we can't lay down and just take it, because we are not our ancestors. That's for one thing. You know, um, a lot of us live by the I wish creed. And if you don't know what that means, then you need to ask somebody. But many of us live by that. Okay? So if you don't know what that means, ask somebody, a black person, what that means. They'll tell you. All right. So I thank y'all so much for watching. I'm sorry I was all over the place. I'm sorry for the video coming out a day late. Uh, but I had to really calm myself down because because that video was just, it was too much to put out. Um, but thank you for watching. I hope that uh, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, um, you know, and let's talk, let's have a dialogue. Um, give me a comment, give me a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you nothing. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to my channel. So I will see you guys next week. Um, I think I may start doing videos twice a week. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. If I could turn it off.